across to Rafael Pineros, professor of international relations at Externado University in Bogota. We were talking about the optics of Sergei Lavrov in Cuba ahead of Gustavo Petro's visits to the White House. I guess it's more the contrast with Lavrov visiting Lula earlier this week in Brazil that Colombians will be looking at when they see Petro welcomed by Joe Biden.
Different paths in foreign policy. You are right about it. I think Lavrov is trying to leverage the position of Russia in Latin America. Latin America doesn't take any sanctions against Russia. And I think this is probably trying to convince the Latin American countries about the complexity and the difficulties that Russia has in East Europe, in Latin America.
And when it comes to Petro, first ever left-wing president of Colombia, how does it sit, him going to the White House in the current context?
He tries to be a different and untraditional president of Colombia in the United States. He wants to talk about different topics, different from drug policies, security issues. He tries to convince the United States about climate change, about the energy transitions. But at the end, he's trying to improve the Venezuelan position in Washington circles. He can make a win for him and for the country, but also he can have some difficulties because Latin America and Venezuelan issues is not really a Colombian and direct Colombian problem. So he can confuse the Colombian objective and the Venezuelan and other Latin American objectives in Washington.
Rafael, has Gustavo Petro governed the way you expected him to? I ask the question because many are surprised that Lula in Brazil, when he won re-election again, he promised he would be reconciliatory. In the last couple of weeks, he's proven to be tacking to the left.
Yes, he has. It's difficult to govern in Colombia and Latin America also, but he is making an effort in the rhetoric, but the result is not really good at this moment. I think in Washington is increasing the pressure about the results in drug policy, results in containing the immigration, and he's trying to make a change in the main topics and the bilateral relations between Bogota and Washington. As I say, I think he can get some wins, but he's also getting a lot of pressure in Washington and in other places because Colombia is not making important results in terms of drug policy and other issues.
Rafael Pineros, many thanks for speaking with us from Bogota.